Are you tired of your Skyblock items being trash? Are you looking for something better to do the most niche thing in the game? Well, today, itzDrqgon and I are going to be showing you 5 custom items that we've made in Minecraft 1.18 using the Blue Commander generator to do just that. Let's get into it. Okay, Dragon, for our first item, have you ever been in this situation? There's this pesky sea creature that you just can't get rid of, no matter how hard you try, and you just can't seem to win? Well, I've got just the item for you. Presenting the Prismarine Saber for the low price of For the low price of just 4 stacks of enchanted prismarine crystals and enchanted prismarine shards, and the prismarine blade, of course, you can get this item, which straight out of the box does plus 250% damage in water, plus 5 magic find, and has better stats than the prismarine blade, as well as the ultimate ability for fighting sea creatures, Tsunami, giving you plus 200% ferocity. So if you go all the way over to this sea creature and tap it, dies as fast as you can blink.
Alright, cool. That was really...
That's so cringy.
We apologize for that last, that part. Alright, Vam, describe the Scorching Sword.
Okay, Scorching Sword. Upgrade to the, not Pigman Sword, but the Flaming Sword. And it requires some enchanted magma cream, enchanted blaze powder, enchanted gas tears, pretty much anything you'd find in the nether. And what it gives you is the ultimate weapon against pigmen, against blazes, against any sort of nether mob you could ever encounter. And it even has an ability called Ember Shot, where you can shoot a small fireball, just like a blaze, that will deal a total of 25% of their enemy's max health over 5 seconds. As well as dealing extra damage to all of those, like I said, and having bonus damage, strength, and even a little bit of crit chance, so you've got your perfect grinding for the nether.
Okay, let's test this out. Obviously this is a demonstration. If we could code, believe me, we would.
Yes.
That does extra damage to that, and look at that, lights them on fire. Isn't that beautiful?
As well as spawning a small fireball. However, with our limitations, we can only get the big version, and doing something along those lines.
So the next weapon on our list is the Protector's Blade, which is an upgrade to the Golem Sword. Now, the recipe is it's interesting. You have an actual use for endstone roses. I know. Surprising.
Oh
right?
my gosh, this 3K pile of trash finally has a use.
Let's go. Alright, so in addition to that, you have 16 enchanted iron ingots, 3 enchanted iron blocks, and whoa, hold up. What is this piece of endstone doing?
Huh?
The Protector's Pommel, negative 50 speed. That's because this thing is heavy. So, if you look at the bottom of the diamond sword here, these diamonds right here that I put this dirt on, this is a pommel. This is the end. So, we figured this would be about as rare as a golem sword. Or golem, not a golem sword. Golem pet, and so it's decently rare. The item is interesting. 150 damage, 200 strength.
Seems pretty strong.
Yeah, it gives you true defense, which, you know, defense and health. This is meant to be, you know, you're a golem. You're meant to be really tanky, right? We'll get to that. So,
Nice.
the item ability Earthquake, it's very, very similar to what the Midas Staff does, except instead of in one line, it goes around you. 2,000 true damage. Yeah, this thing does a lot.
It almost reminds me of an upgraded version of the Golem Sword's Iron Punch ability.
Yeah,
But
that's
better.
basically what it is.
But way better.
Look at this passive ability. Protector's Blessing doubles all defense and multiplies all true defense by 1.5 times.
Man, it's a good thing this thing can't be starved for dungeons. This would be OP.
Yeah. Think of that as the Blaze Pet's doubling of Hot Potato Book ability, but for defense and true defense.
Nice.
Very, very strong.
But hey, look at that little line down there. Does this mean I can't go to this conveniently placed replication of the fire trial and jump right in with the Golem Sword?
No. Look at this. Right at the bottom, does not work with fire trial quests. What that means, you cannot abuse the true defense 1.5 times ability. Because we know that some people would think that you do. Or we know that some people would do it.
Yep.
We had to add that in at the end there. So, yeah, that's the protecting blade. Alright. So, this is, as you can tell, this is a fishing rod.
Is it an upgrade to the Soul Whip?
No. That thing does not need an upgrade. That thing is already very powerful. This is an upgrade to the elusive Phantom Rod.
Oh, that's my
Which-
favorite weapon.
Probably the ability. The ability is very fun, yes.
Yes.
But the actual item is not too strong, so we try to combat that with this. So we're looking at the stats here. 300 damage and 150 strength. Very, very strong. And 5 sea creature chance, because this
Why
is
not?
one of the few weapons. This and the Shredder. This would be the second weapon that you can put fishing and sword enchantments.
I'm going
I
to
don't-
Spectre Flog you.
Okay, let's talk about that. Spectre Flog. It's the Phantom. I don't remember the Phantom Rod's ability name. So,
Phantom Repel or something
Yeah.
like that.
so the idea of that is you hook your enemy, and you left click. You spam left click, and it does a bunch of damage. Can you stop? So,
I'm flogging you.
look at this. Each left click while hooked on an enemy does 100% melee damage plus 2% of their max health. So, what this means, this weapon gets a lot stronger when it's going up against stronger mobs.
So no matter
This-
what, so if I'm going up against, say, I don't know, a Phantom Fisher or a Yeti with 1,000,000 health, no matter what, I'm going to do 20k damage
Yes.
plus whatever I'm doing normally.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Math
an upgrade.
people. I just jumped off the side.
Now, an upgrade to this over the Phantom Rod. This doesn't actually have it in the lore, but this does work against, say, the tier 5 Slayer bot or the tier 5 Rev, which would make the Phantom Rod very good. But this thing is nerfed heavily. Basically, its Flog ability. It loses the 2% of their max health, but it still does your melee damage. So it's still very, very powerful.
So pretty much against the Slayer boss, it's just a slightly stronger Phantom Rod.
Yes, but remember, you can't use Phantom Rods on Slayer bosses.
Right, because it's a projectile. So you made it so that it doesn't count towards that projectile count.
It's not classified as a projectile. No.
Nice. So I can
Alright.
just run up to a tier 5 Rev, hook it with this, and then just go hide in a corner like I normally do.
You could, but you're probably not going to be dealing much damage.
Well, if I deal 2%.
Remember, it removes
Oh
the 2%.
no. Math is sad.
I'm keeping that in. Okay. On to the final weapon. Okay, final weapon.
We
So-
have here, together we made this one, the Orion's Blade. And on the surface level, it looks overpowered. You've got 20% of your max health of speed, you've got 50 speed, you're going to be at 400% speed all
Yeah.
the time. And
Very, very
250% damage to all animals sounds really good, especially for Sven Slayer. However, a couple of things. First off, this thing is dirt cheap. Like, honestly, this is probably not even 500k on top of the Hunter's Knife. which is the base item that we made for this. However, one thing, this thing is trash in terms of damage, strength, bonus attack speed. I'm about 90% sure the zombie soldier cutlass is better than this.
Yeah.
And that thing comes from floor 3 dungeons.
So you brought up Sven Slayer, but if you read the description, 250 damage or 250% damage to all animals except wolves.
Oh no.
Because imagine Sven Slayer with this thing. Yeah. Now you might be thinking, hold
I
on,
can't see.
This is stupid overpowered. I mean, look at that speed, right? Like he said. I mean, with a black cat and full young armor, you could probably get 600% speed instantly, right? Well, here's the thing. There's very few use cases you can use this thing because A, it's an item ability. And if you're gonna use this thing for races, you can't use item, at least for the you know, if you're doing the Crystal Core, for example, nothing at all, or no abilities, you're not gonna be able to use this thing. Second of all, if you're using this thing to, you know, you could technically use this thing to run away from a mob, but why would you have this thing in your hotbar? This thing's garbage. Now, something
This thing seems like it. Oh gosh, I just jumped off the side of. I just jumped off the side of the island twice.
It's a good.
This thing would be really, really fun with the rabbit hat, or with the rabbit hat.
It'd be pretty. It's a pretty early game. It's like a very good alternative to young armor.
It's like a mid-game item, I'd say. It's kind of like using. To me, it seems like you're kind of using a worse AOTE, almost. It's like using the rogue sword competitively, almost. Let me clear my effects.
Yes.
If you look over here, sneak peek, we've got some gold armor. We're not going to show you the names. We're not going to show you. All you can see is the items. We are working on our next video already. So be prepared for more videos like this, and always leave a like, subscribe to my channel, Dragon's channel, our duo channel. As always, we thank you for watching, and also to the people who have stayed around this far on my channel. I'm going to be recording my reaction to this video because I'm not going to be watching it beforehand, and I've been told that I've been put as the comic relief for this video. So, we'd like to thank you all for watching.
I'm Dragon.
I'm Van246.
We'll see y'all later.
Peace out.